So I played Milkcraft. The game isn't as odd as the name suggests. The game is very similar to Minecraft, but is free to play. Played the game for about 20 minutes before the game closed itself and I called it quits. While some people based on the reviews seemed to enjoy the game, and based on what I knew about the game before playing it, I thought I would enjoy it also. Biggest problem I had with the game was lack of single player starting out. In order to make what they called a private realm, a player needed to gain 10 levels of experience for their first one. And if you played Minecraft, then you know how hard that can be. Basically, all my time playing was spent in the multiplayer worlds, trying to gain the levels to make my first private realm. The game did have one thing I would like implemented into Minecraft: penguins. Other than that, I didn't explore too much of the game had to offer. The multiplayer worlds were full of builds from other players, but I didn't run into a single person. The game apparently has a sort of territory system that can be established, but in order to learn more about that, you have to first realize that you have a book of all the game information in your inventory. For a game that looks and works so similar to Minecraft, it was very disappointing that private realms had to be unlocked, and until you unlocked them, you had to play on servers full of randoms. It took me back to when I played Ark Survival Evolved and tried playing on official servers, because I'd yet to figure out how to join unofficial ones. Gets rid of some of the potential fans the game could grow up. Also makes the game seem dead seeing a bunch of uninhabited buildings every once in a while, especially around where you start. The game description mentions a world of Norse mythology. The game map on the Steam page also has a strong Norse mythology vibe. But if you look at the achievements, some other mythologies seem to be crammed into the game, with an achievement for defeating Anubis being present. Being a lover of mythologies and a very big lover of Norse mythology, the map made me feel excited to play the game, apart from the fact that some of the worlds had their names changed from what they would be in Norse mythology. But with other mythologies being crammed in, my excitement was lost. This is mostly due to the fact that putting too many unrelated mythologies into a game or story can defeat the purpose of including mythologies in the first place. The game also has a bit of an MMO feel to it, everything except the part where you're constantly running into random players, which is sometimes enjoyable, because it gives the game life. This means that these big bosses would need to respawn, which gets rid of the feeling of the importance of these characters. Now, instead of these characters being very important, and there only being one of them, you have decoys that share their name and appearance, and you can kill over and over again. I don't know if these bosses actually respawn, but with my experience playing the game for like 20 minutes, I would think they do. If the game allowed single-player worlds, then it could have some sort of change happen to the world when you defeat a certain god or creature. The game would also then be able to actually explore the mythologies and go in depth with the lore, instead of trying to cram as much famous stuff as possible into it, and I know the small details that go with that stuff. I tend to avoid playing games that include mythologies in them, mostly because some represent the mythologies so poorly that it upsets me too much to enjoy them. Others just try to cram as much as possible then to try and attract as many people as possible. Some games do a good job of implementing mythologies and staying true to the main details and stories of them. For World of Norse Mythology, in my 20 minutes of playing, I saw no signs of it. Some people enjoyed the game. A lot of the good reviews for the game said slightly bad things about the game, along the lines of, I both love and hate this game, or I enjoyed it but never want to play it again. There were some people that actually seemed to enjoy it as the best game ever, but in my opinion, games such as Milkcraft should allow people to play on single-player servers or worlds without them having to earn them. Plus, this would allow them to implement a type of creative mode or console commands that will allow people to explore what the game has to offer, or to figure out the game without having to waste their hard-earned resources that they got on the public servers. Well, you may find this game enjoyable. I myself did not. This game has an open world feel and is basically endless, very similar to Minecraft in those regards. It has different worlds to explore, but I have no idea how long those would take to actually get to, seeing as I only played the game for 20 minutes and got absolutely no notion or hints of any of the Norse mythology or Egyptian mythology that is present in the game. I can't say how enjoyable those are. while you guys would benefit from trying this game for yourself, I would say that if you agree with my points that were made in this video, then it's probably a waste of time trying to try this game out. But that's all I have to say about the game. Can't think of much else. I may go back to the game in the future and see if I enjoy it better or worse as time progresses and more updates come out. But I can say that it wasn't very enjoyable for me as it currently is.